going into this album, we wanted to have a more organic album in general, and I was going through this really kind of place where I wanted to strip down all the things in my life to really look within, and kind of like if you were to walk out into the woods, just to, let go of your everyday things and kind of find who you really are. And it's a more spiritual, I guess, organic side of myself. So that's kind of where the Ritual name comes from, and kind of the vibe and energy of the album. We're not playing that one there, but I love that you pointed that name out and liked that song.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to put some Spanish in there because I'm half Cuban. I have a Cuban mother and stuff, so I just wanted to put a little something in there. Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you actually speak Spanish?
No, I
No.
mean, I can speak just a little, but like my grandfather speaks, like my grandfather's mother, my great grandma, like didn't even know a lick of English. So like I learned a little bit back and forth in there, and I know like, from my grandfather, like abuelo, and I know like I love you and goodbye and all like things to get by with my Spanish speaking side of the family. So I know some. Girly girl. I mean, I love getting my nails done, and I love going to the spa and getting massages, and I like to shop at my favorite store, Free People. I mean, those are probably my really girly girl things. Like when I drink a glass of wine, my pinky points out automatically. And so
That's
I definitely have like a really girly feminine side, but I also have a barefoot walking around in the dirt side. So I'm kind of both. I think my son is definitely just like me in the way of like he's this eccentric artist, and he's so young still that he's just trying to figure it all out. Like he's painting paintings, and he's creating his own clothing line, and he's dabbling in music. So he's just really trying to be creative like me and can't quite pick what he wants to do yet. Oh my gosh, that is such a, that song started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole, I'm not even kidding, that's the song that our whole family will drop into and we all start dancing together. Even my mother, who's
Really?
6 years old. Oh gosh, I'm always changing that up. It's so hard for me to pick. I mean, I used to be obsessed with fairies. I was probably like a woodland fairy for like 5 years, where I just do like the stick. I'd make like the stick swings, and it's usually something magical and enchanting that I would dress up with, or a witch. I'm always a witch as well. Last Halloween, all the women in my family went to Salem, and we all went to the witch parade and wore witch hats. I don't know. I mean, we always want to get like good Mexican food when we're there, because my guitar player is always like, "It's the best Mexican food there ever." So usually when we come into town, we try to like we'll tell our bosses, our managers running the show, like, "Find us the best Mexican in town, and we need to have that today." So that's usually what we strive for when we're there. Gosh, I don't even know what Woman Crush Wednesday is. Is that like if I had to pick a girl I had a crush on?
Yes.
Oh God, who do I have a crush on? Lagatha from the Vikings. She's quite the goddess. She'd be my woman
Crush Wednesday.
I love that I'm yours. You're my crush. I mean, we have a bunch of favorites that are always. What's your favorite, Chris? What is ours? It changes. One night it's like one song, and it's like, oh my God, that was so powerful. And a different night it's like a new song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually for me, it's my favorite. Usually is the intimate, quiet one in the night. Believe it or not.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah, that's usually the one where like, because there's always like the music going and the costumes going and the all that. And so I kind of like when it gets really quiet and then like I can connect with the crowd in like that more intimate way. So
Yeah.
I think the ballads are usually my favorite part. Chris is actually sitting here right next to me, but
Oh.
I think that he's my brother, and I'm his sister, and we're best friends, and we've just been on this long, wild journey together, and we formed a bond, and I think a friendship that will be for the rest of our lives, and we pick this as besides our family, this is like our main thing we do, and we just wouldn't accept no or failure as an option. And even if other people quit, we decided that we weren't going to let other people's disbelief make us have disbelief in ourselves, and we just championed on. And if he falls apart, I pick him up. If I fall apart, he picks me up, and that's how we make it work. And it's awesome. I mean, it was probably us and Five Finger Death Punch. I mean, it was kind of, we did it to each other, but it was when each band was playing. They did it to us first. Yeah, you basically threw a bunch of those bouncing balls. You know those little tiny balls that you bounce up and down.
Yeah.
We would never do that now in a million years because we've like realized. But this is both when both of our bands were just kind of starting up together, and we were playing like small clubs together, and we covered each other's stages and bouncy balls, which is very dangerous, and I don't recommend to anybody.
Did anyone flip at all?
Yeah, I slipped. I mean, but back then I used to wear Chuck sneakers. I wasn't wearing heels or anything, so
okay.
it was fun. We made the fun of it though. I've just always loved like big theatrical things. Like they've always wooed me, and when I was a little girl, my mom took me to all these concerts, and I was like 4 years old, barefoot on the lawn seat tickets with my mom and all her friends, totally high with their hands in the air, like loving the show, and and I think that my mother being mesmerized with the show, and I was mesmerized with the show. Like I saw like Tina Turner when I was a little girl, and like Stevie Nicks and all these, and I think that mixed with like as I got older, like Cirque du Soleil and just these big productions that take somebody into another world, into another fantasy. Like you leave everything else when you see these things, like a movie, and you forget about your own life for a little while because you're seeing this spectacle, and there's just something special to me about it. And so I decided one day I just really wanted to try to start creating all these visions and creating all these things, and I'm still here trying to do it, and sometimes it falls apart and it doesn't work and it turns into a Spinal Tap moment, but sometimes it works and magic happens. So all we can do is try and keep doing it. Well, we love El Paso. We are going to have such an amazing time that evening. I know 100% without a doubt. And we will see you soon. And thank you so much. And everybody, become the show with us that evening. And we'll see you soon.